passionate about music since I was 5 years old. You know, just watching artists like Michael Jackson, and watching him perform on TV, and just seeing him perform with like so much energy, passion, and talent. And I just remember watching him and saying like, man, like this is something I would love to do. This is something I feel like I'm passionate about. It's something I can see myself doing in the future. And just listening to other artists, like groups like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, and hearing their vocal ability and hearing how they harmonize, how the music flowed and how they could mix their voices together. That's something that just, as a young kid, just sparked my interest. It just made me, passionate about music. I specifically chose management because I felt like getting a management degree, for one thing, would give me the tools that I needed to pursue music. Like it would give me those things like professionalism and leadership and communication skills, and interpersonal skills, preparing me for the music industry when working with other people. And also another big reason I chose it is because I really wanted to have like the upper hand, with music. Like I know a lot of people, sometimes they just pursue a music career and they don't have any degree, any college degree, and you look at them and they're just a musician, like they don't have anything. So I felt like management would help me kind of, have a foundation to kind of fall back on, in case when pursuing music that doesn't work out. But also I have like a passion to like hopefully start my own record label, and I felt like having a management degree would give me more knowledge about business and how it works, and how what it takes to run a business and like run a music company. And also like I'm a person who wants like creative control over the music I'm making. Like I know a lot of musicians out there today, they don't get a lot of say or control on the kind of music they make, the kind of music they perform, and like their image. And I feel like through management and through like business, I'll get more education on what it takes to run my own label one day, so that I will be at a point where I'll be able to have creative control over the kind of music I make, the kind of artists I develop, the kind of message I send through my music. I haven't had any complaints about my voice. Usually when I sing, people do give me positive feedback. They say I sing pretty well, I have a nice voice. I sing in the shower sometimes. I'd say overall it's always positive. Like people do know that I can sing, they do know that I have a nice voice. I'm also in an a cappella group called Not Yet Perfect. I'm a tenor, and whenever we have rehearsals, I always get good compliments like, you sound great, you have a really great voice. When I'm like performing for people, when we have gigs, I usually after our set, I usually get positive reviews from people saying, good job, you sang well, I think I sound okay. But for the most part, I do get positive feedback from people about music.
Hey, I'm Reid, a local musician from Northwest Ohio, and what inspired me to do music? That's a tough question, because I can't really think of the first time that I just thought, I wasn't like, I want to do music, and I just straight up started playing piano. Like, all I know is that I've always been in the music scene. I've always watched all my favorite bands and stuff. I was kept up with musicians, and I knew, try to keep up with what all they were doing and all their tours and stuff, and all my favorite bands. But yeah, honestly, I can't really say there's one time in my life where I just decided to do music. It wasn't really a decision. I know my parents got me a keyboard when I was in 6th or 5th grade, so I can't even remember it that much. But I started playing that, and I remember I did get a red keyboard. It was like a Toys R Us keyboard, and I got it. And I played it all the time, and then I ended up upgrading to a Yamaha keyboard after a while, and I don't know, I kind of just, keyboard was what I did for fun. I'd say from the point my sophomore year, I really started dedicating myself to music, not really thinking that it was something I was going to do, but I started spending my own money on it and started researching a lot and got into what I was going to do musically. Like I started buying new keyboards, upgraded to a nice keyboard, started learning about MIDI and pro audio, and got into recording. And then by the time I got my senior year, it seemed like I knew a lot about music, and like I was really getting the hang of it, but there was so much more still to learn, and there still is more to learn for me now. But I can see how much I've advanced from then. So honestly, that's a really tough question for me to answer. I can't really think of a time where I really was inspired to just limit myself to music. So I guess that's the best I can do to answer that question. went to Toledo University. I studied marketing, but I only went for 2 years, and I couldn't finish college because of financial reasons. But essentially, the reason that I chose marketing was for music. That's why I chose my major, but it wasn't necessarily like I was going to put everything into music and just go for it. So I wanted to do something where I could use it. I could apply my major to music, but I would still have a job and still be, I could still have a job out of college for my degree. So right now I'm working in a factory, and it sucks, yeah, but I'm paying off school and I'm saving up a lot of money, and that's really what the purpose of this is for, I needed to go back to school, and as soon as I dropped out of college, I got a job right away, which is the same job I'm with right now. As far as music goes, I'm working on a lot of projects right now. I'm in a metal band called Artemis Center. I play synthesizer and keys and sampling. I'm also working on my own solo album. That'll be done in January. That'll be dropped in January and finished. Got all the artwork done. It's a 5-track EP right now. I'm recording it in a professional studio called Sweetwater, so that's gonna turn out. Can't wait till that's finished. Starting to run sound and lighting downtown Fort Wayne in my area, and in the mix of doing that, I'm meeting a lot of good musicians, people who are really good with pro audio, and just a lot of really good, inspiring people, involved in music. And I'm starting to do collaborations with those type of people. I'm just starting to get into a lot of different projects. Like, for instance, I've been getting into DJing. For a few years ago, I would have never expected myself to be behind a turntable in a machine, but I mean, I've had a few DJ gigs the past few months, and it's like everything leads to something else. Like, the fact that I'm DJing now, I have to have good sound because I don't use the venues anymore, and I have to have good lights. So I'm getting into a lot of different projects right now. And as for the future with my music, it could take me anywhere. It's really endless, but whatever happens, I'm excited. I got a pretty good positive feedback and a lot of likes on my Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud videos. So I mean, I like to think I got a lot of support through social media. And I mean, my family and my friends, they're always at every one of my shows and everything. So I mean, they're always keeping up with what I'm doing. So I like to think that I have pretty good acceptance and support through my peers. If I could do anything, I mean, yes, it definitely would be music. Music's my passion. It's what I do. I mean, it's what I invest all my time into when I'm not working or other things. I'm gonna be doing music for the rest of my life. I can see myself until the day that I die. I'm gonna be playing piano, or at least do anything I can do with music. So it's definitely my passion. It's something that I'm gonna be continuously doing.